Okay, welcome to JenniSHOW number 5? Number 5. All right, well that was really good. So today, like as per everybody's request, I'm going to do a cooking show. As you may or may not know, I'm vegan, so that means that I don't eat any meat products, any dairy products, any kind of like anything. I don't eat honey, don't eat eggs, none of that stuff. But I'm going to make hummus, and you're really going to love hummus, and you have to make it too, because you're not going to believe me unless you actually try some. And some of the kind you get at the store is gross, so make my kind, and it'll be good. So, what we're going to do is we're going to make hummus, we're going to answer some questions, and this week we're starting a weekly feature. You're going to love this. At the end of the show, we're going to do Jennifer's sex tip of the week, just in time for Valentine's Day. Well, it won't be in time by the time you get this, but for next year, you'll have a year to practice. So, okay. And here's Carla, again, with me on the show.
All right. Well, greetings. I bear the viewer mail. And a friend of ours out there in Cyberland wants to know, Dear Jenni, how often do you score?
Okay, good question, considering Jenni's boyfriend is currently in town again. I know he's been visiting a lot lately, hasn't he? So, when he's here, Jenni scores 2 or 3 times a day. And when he's not here, Jenni doesn't score at all. So I'm going to say if we're going on a monthly average, Jenni scores like 10, maybe 15 times a month, which is why I'm making a tent so often. What we're looking at now is Venus, and she's the chick at my door, and typically she comes naked, totally naked. Isn't this amazing? You can actually buy nude women to stick up on your refrigerator. But being a woman, just hit my microphone. I kind of get bored looking at naked women pretty quickly because I can do it anytime I want to. So I typically dress Venus up. So we're gonna like get her in a comfy outfit for the show, because if we're gonna be, like eating and doing girl stuff, then like she should be comfy. So there we go. We got like tube socks and sweatpants and a bra. That's a pretty good outfit as far as I'm concerned.
So can we check out the interior of your refrigerator?
Okay. So, in the freezer, we have we've got some mango sorbet. We've got some raspberry sorbet. We love Haagen-Dazs. We got some very nasty bananas that I tried to save from rotting by putting them in the freezer. And I don't think it worked, but I haven't had time to throw them away yet. Have some instant Indian food. We have dal bahar. We have vegetable korma. And bean masala. See, there is stuff that I can eat. And we've got coffee. I think most of it is actually Irish cream flavored coffee. Since I can't have Irish cream anymore, I substitute it for the coffee. Got peas. We love peas. And some leftover chocolate ice cream that I usually try to feed the guests since I don't eat ice cream anymore. Oh, and this is really kind of gross, but it's homemade sorbet. It's actually, I don't even remember anymore. I think it's like mango, pineapple, banana. And it was pretty yummy, but it's getting really old now. All right. And in here we've got leftover Mexican, some salsa. We've got vegan cheese. This stuff is amazing. It doesn't taste a lot like cheese, but it is pretty yummy, as long as you're not expecting cheese. Polenta and orangina. And then we've got, this is good. I just made this yesterday. It is sweet potato pecan salsa. It's very good. Maybe I'll do that on a different show. Got pickles. I love pickles. Got some leftover brown rice from Chinese food. We've got, this stuff is really cool. You should actually buy some of this. It's Taj Quick Curry Secret. So if you don't know how to make Indian food, you just kind of put this funny guy, he's kind of frightening, but don't let him persuade you. Just kind of take some of this stuff and put it on it, and it's really good. Got maple syrup. We've got bread that I use to make croutons. We've got stir-fry noodles called yakisoba. Haven't tried these yet. I'm kind of frightened. We've got tofu, we've got big mushrooms, we've got some lettuce, some carrots. We've got some more pickles. I really, really love pickles.
So male Jenni pickles.
Yikes! Okay, yeah, send any pickles. Broccoli sprouts, onions, carrots, yellow peppers, red peppers. I don't like green peppers. And bread products. We've got onion bagels, we've got wheat bagels, we've got some pitas and some apple oatmeal bread, which is best if you put pistachio butter and pumpkin butter on it. Makes a great kind of a version of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but it's way better, I promise you. And then on the door, I have a collection of mustards. It's my favorite condiment, especially since I don't have, mayonnaise, which used to be my favorite. So now I have a mustard collection. We've got Dijonnaise, which is really just crap. I hate this stuff, but my mom gave it to me when I moved out. We've got the traditional generic yellow mustard, horseradish mustard from Crate and Barrel. Got that's sunflower pesto. That shouldn't even be up here. Got pesto garden mustard, which is really good for making pasta salads. You put some of this stuff on like pasta and throw some other stuff in there. It makes a really good pasta salad. And these are my two mustards from Stonehenge. Tarragon mustard with white wine, and honey and nut mustard that actually doesn't have honey in it, which is why it was okay for me to buy it. Don't ask, but it's really good. It's actually pretty good, and it's from Stonehenge, so it's authentic monk mustard, I think. And if it's not, I don't want to know. And then we've got also generic spicy brown mustard, which everybody has to have. I used to be really big on honey mustard, but I can't have honey mustard anymore, so I'm trying to make do with the other kinds. And it's not that bad. I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. Being from Pennsylvania, I have to have some Hershey syrup. Fat-free, dairy-free, this stuff's wrong. It's Hershey syrup. And just in case you're wondering, I do, in fact, drink it right from the bottle. So I'm not sharing this with anybody else. That's good stuff. That's all.
Okay, we've had many requests for Jenni's hands. A, does Jenni bite her fingernails? And B, can Jenni do the fist trick, just putting her entire fist in her mouth?
Okay. Well, the fingernail one is really easy. Yeah, I bite my fingernails a lot, all the time. Typically, like, if I were to let them grow, which I've done once or twice, I can't type. And I get hundreds of emails a day, so I'm typing all the time. So, yeah, I bite them, not as a habit, but out of a maintenance kind of thing. So, I'm going to show you my fingers. Really up close. You can check them out. Kind of gross. They're all bitten and chewed and mangled and stuff. Okay, well, they're not that bad. And if they are, don't tell me. 'Cause, I'm kind of sensitive. I'm kind of sensitive. Okay. And the fist trick, I know I said I would do it a few shows ago, and okay. All right, but you can't look at me funny, because I really didn't want to do it, and Carla's making me do it. So, bear that in mind, okay? Oh no, Joffrey's going to come watch the fist trick too. I'm going to get an audience. Okay. I'm going to turn around and put my fist in my mouth and then turn back around, so that way you guys don't have to watch, the insertion process, which is kind of frightening. Oh! Carla can watch. Okay.
I could not do that.
No. But everybody at home should try it, and I thought that way I won't feel so bad. Because I bet a lot of you can do it too, you just don't try. I don't know why I tried either. Probably somebody dared me to when I was little. So that's it. That's the fist trick. Now I'm all slimy.
Should we start making hummus?
Let's make some hummus. Okay, the main ingredient for hummus is garbanzo beans, or chickpeas if you're that kind of person. I like saying garbanzo because it makes me feel all ethnic. So, got some garbanzo beans here. If you want to, you can either get them out of the can where they're already all done, but they're kind of slimy, Or you can do what I do, which is buy dried garbanzo beans. Then what you need to do is you need to put them in a pot, cover them with water, a lot of water actually, and soak them overnight. And then the next day you take them, you put them in a pot, different water, put new water on them, and you boil them for an hour. And at the end of the hour, rather than those little hard stones that you bought, you've got great little regular old garbanzo beans, which I happen to love. So we just need to drain my garbanzos and we're ready to go. Ooh, draining garbanzos! Look at that water go! Ta-da! That was hard, wasn't it?
So we're going to be asking some questions as Jenni's cooking.
I know, multitasking. Can you believe it?
They want to know, how many people has Jenni had sex with?
Okay, it's more than I can count on my fingers, less than I can count on my fingers and toes.
Approximately.
Yeah, approximately. Actually, it's as many as I can count on my fingers and toes. So that's all you have to know. And you can count your own fingers and toes and come up with your own number from there. Now, the best thing you can do is buy yourself a food processor, because I remember my mom had one, and she never used it for anything, so I was very reluctant to get one. But I use it for everything, especially for making my own hummus. So, actually, I think this is like way too many garbanzos to fit in here, but just for like dramatic appeal, we're going to try it anyway. You're going to love this. We're going to watch my food processor explode with too many beans. So, that's the first ingredient. The second main ingredient in hummus is tahini, which is sesame butter. It's just ground up sesame seeds. And it sounds kind of gross, I know, but it's actually quite yummy. And we're going to be following the Jennifer Ringley school of cooking, which means we don't measure anything, okay? You make this stuff once measuring it, and it's kind of okay. And then every time after that, you just kind of throw in until it tastes good, because personally, that way it tastes good for sure. And it's more fun, you know? You got like the action, the thrill of the maybe it's going to be gross. But it's not, I promise. It's brand new tahini too. Wow.
All right, the viewers want to know, does Jenni spit, swallow, or gargle?
Okay, here's my theory. I haven't heard of a single good reason for spitting yet. Personally, I think it's kind of rude. Like, if you're at that point with somebody when, like, you're willing to, that was bad, to let them put their penis in your mouth, like, come on, like, that's kind of rude. You're like, that was nice, honey. Like, it's gross, okay? You just, like, be nice. Just swallow it and get over it, okay? It's like, all sugar. There's, like, 27 calories in, like, one ejaculation. So, I mean, you're not ruining your diet, and it's nothing that's going to kill you, you know? I mean, as soon as they hit your stomach acid, they all die, so you don't have to sit there later on in the day going like, ew, I can feel them wiggling, you know? It's, God, I'm going way too far.
So anyway, here's a related question. Once you're at that point with that person where they can put their penis in your mouth, let me ask the question again. Once you're at the point where someone can put their penis in your mouth, can they use your toothbrush?
Ooh. You know, I typically keep spare toothbrushes around in the apartment just when I have visitors. And I guess it's like a case-by-case call, but most people, I would have to say no. Sorry. But, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's been in their mouth. You know, if they're eating, like, hot dogs, you know, I don't want to relatedly almost kind of sort of eat a hot dog, you know, whereas, you know, at least with a penis, I have some idea of what's happening there. You know, it's all the same stuff, and you know, especially if you take a shower beforehand, you're safe. So I'm kind of protective about my toothbrush. Here I am eating all the tahini, getting my teeth all sticky. So for this much, I'm gonna. This is great. This is a play it by ear, because I have no idea how much beans is actually in there, so you can't actually measure along with me. But, you know, just go with what looks right. So we're going to go loo, 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 loo. we'll put in like half of it, and if that's not enough, we'll put in more, and if that's too much, then it won't be. We'll pretend it wasn't. Okay. Also, in hummus, we need garlic. Now, of course, it's always better to have fresh garlic, but what I do is when I'm peeling garlic, since it's such a pain in the ass, I peel a whole bunch of it, get a little jar, well, mince it, and then put it in a little jar and cover it with olive oil, and then you always have fresh garlic. See? Garlic. That way you don't have to do it each time, and it's better than that stuff that you buy in stores out of the little cans there, because that's been sitting on the shelf for like years. So I pre-minced some garlic, but you can of course use your own from scratch. Well, not necessarily from scratch, but you know what I mean. So I really, really like garlic in my hummus. So I think typically they mention like a head, but if I were you, I would put in like some garlic, taste it, try again, taste it, keep going with that. Because you can always put in more, you can never put in less. So, there. We've got garlic. Also, we need lemon juice. Alright? Now this is kind of frightening because I really, really like lemon juice in my hummus. Like a lot of it. A whole lot of lemon. So, there was only a little bit of that kind left. And this is one case when I definitely think this prepared kind is better because it would take me like 10 years to squeeze this much lemon juice. So we'll just kind of... You thought I was kidding. There we go. Cover your ears. I like white rice vinegar, and I'm almost out of it, so I'm going to put in like all I have of this kind, which is not much. And I have balsamic vinegar and I have brown rice vinegar. So, since I don't know which of these is better, this is actually a good way to tell, and nobody ever believes this, but it really works. Whenever you're not sure whether or not a spice or an herb or a garlic or whatever should go into something that you're cooking, smell whatever it is that you're cooking, and then smell whatever it is you're considering putting in, and your nose will tell you if it's the right thing. Like that, for instance, is definitely not the right thing. My food processor just made some tinkling sounds, so we'll hope nothing bad just happened. That kind of smells better. This is okay. We'll use some of this. Okay, we'll taste it now. I'm going to put my fingers in the hummus, but I swear to God they haven't been anywhere, okay? Holy lemon Batman. Okay. Alright, so I love salt. I'm going to put a lot of salt in this, so I don't know if you're going to want to do this too, but I have really low blood pressure, so my doctor always encourages me to eat more salt, which I love because as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing in the world better to put on anything than more salt. So. What else? We want some chili powder. Chili powder is really good in hummus to give it kind of like a little kick. So, stepping on my cord. So we want the Mexican-style hot chili powder, not the Texas-style mild chili powder. It really does make a difference. Nobody saw that. Okay. What else do we want? Parsley. Parsley is also good in hummus. you think that parsley doesn't have any flavor and that if it does, you probably wouldn't like it. Parsley is good, and so is paprika. So we've got paprika too. Ew, it did leak. Ooh, my food processor like peed all over my counter.
What color are Jenni's bras?
This is going to sound really silly, but I kind of have obsessive-compulsive disorder, so I don't have any bras that don't have matching panties and no panties that don't have matching bras. Everything must be in a set. So I would say I have maybe 1 white bra, maybe 5 black bras. I even have a hot pink bra that I got when I got this shirt. It's frightening. I'm not wearing it now. But, and I have some green bras, and I think I have a navy blue bra, and I have a burgundy crushed velvet bra, and yes, it does have matching panties, and it's really great. We now have some soft olive oil, which we'll pour in there. Hopefully this won't pee too. It's kind of frightening. So put the cap back on.
So the viewers also would like to know, Jenni, would you do the president or would you do Al Gore?
Given a choice, I would probably do Al Gore because, well, first of all, the president, you know, like he's been all over the place. Like God knows what kind of STD he's probably got. Al Gore, on the other hand, you see him always walking around and he looks so centered and so calm and so, you know, kind of uptight. Like he looks like a really boring kind of guy. And I think like that's the kind of guy that's the real challenge. Like that's the kind of guy that would be more interesting because then you get to like see them like drooling and like breathing heavy and stuff. Whereas like the president, you can practically picture him doing that when he's just standing there giving a speech. So Al Gore, yeah. Okay, like I said, like, your hummus may be done by now. And mine's almost there. I think maybe it just needs some more olive oil, and then maybe we're done. That's pretty good.
One more viewer question.
Just one? Okay.
Does Jenni enjoy giving blowjobs?
What was that again? No. Yeah, actually. I was watching the movie Falling, and in it, Denzel Washington's friend says that his wife believes we were each put on this earth for a reason. You know, his reason was for enforcing the law, his wife's reason was for her lasagna. And, like, don't take this the wrong way, but I really think that's the reason I was put on the earth. Like, really, I do. I'm convinced of it. So, you know, if you gotta learn how to, you gotta find what you're good at and, like, do that only, you know? Like, become good at one thing. If you try to do too many things, you kind of average at everything. So, you know, just specialize. Specialize. And I wish there were, like, way more men who enjoyed reciprocating, because then it would make the job, like, that much more enjoyable. So, we're going to eat hummus now, and you can all think about, like, me giving a blowjob with my fist in my mouth or something. I don't know.
Well, we still need the Jenni sex tip of the week.
Here we go. Guys, would you, like, make a little noise? Like, I hate when I'm with a guy who, like, even at the moment of ultimate satisfaction, like, the worst you get is, like, a little... You know, like, what if you need feedback, especially for, like, the blowjob thing, you know? What if you're not doing it right at all? What if you're doing the perfect thing and you think he's not making a reaction, so it must not be working? Like, I think this should go for girls, too. But I'm, like, all over the place noisy. So, make noise, okay? Like, even if it's just to say, like, ooh, that's nice. You know, like, let us know, because otherwise we're going to get really sick of trying to do stuff for you because we think we're doing it all wrong. And then you complain about us never doing anything for you. So that's my tip, okay? So everybody, like, go find a girl and, like, be really noisy. Oh! That's right. Jennifer fakes an orgasm of the week. Oh, God. No, okay, that was all. Let's have hummus now. So, this is the Washington Spirit Berets, and this is Joffrey's romantic song.
Throw your right leg over my shoulder. Throw your left leg over my shoulder. La 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 la. And that's it.
So I love that one. And also, just to sum up the tongue thing, we got to get Joffrey's little brother in here. This is Josh coming into the screen. They can both do this crazy. I'm going to get out of here so that way you guys can like zoom in on this. This is amazing. Give us the Glenn family tongue trick.
Maybe we can have an air.
No, don't do that. Like, learning how to do this trick, definite way to pick up babes. Just go up to them and do it. You don't even need to say anything. Women will follow you home if you can do this.